What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. So let's talk Donbrothers again. But before I begin, I would like to place some spoiler alerts because this information is going to cover, I think, around episodes 9 to 11. But I'm only going to focus on this one specific topic, so I'm not gonna spoil the whole episodes. But again, if you don't want to be spoiled, right? As always, I remind everyone to go watch the episodes first before watching this video. Or, if you've already seen this video, or if you've already seen the episodes rather, or you really don't mind getting spoiled, then enjoy. So, we are going to talk about the Juuto in today's video. So, what are the Juuto? Now, they are hinted at in around episodes 9 or 10. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, it was around that time. So, it they were introduced as a new type of enemy that even the Noto fear. So, Sonoi actually was the first one to sense the arrival of the Juuto, and he informs his other companions, Sononi and Sonoza, about this. So, So again, what's interesting is that this type of villain, you would expect that they would work together, right? So the Noto and the Juto, but apparently, you know this new type of enemy probably would have to be probably would cause the Dawn brothers and the Noto to work together. So they will now have a common enemy, other than the Hitotsuki, but we'll get to that later. Okay. So of course, so far that we see, so the Hitotsuki are, the monsters that people turn into when they are taken over by their desires, and the Hitotsuki are mostly based on previous Sentai like Kyoryuger, Lupin Ranger, Pata Ranger, and what have you. So again, the Juto are unique. They are their own original enemy. Just like the other, foot soldiers. Again, I forgot what they are. I forgot what they're called. Sorry, but uh, anyways, so what's interesting about the Juto is how they appear. So if we look at the Noto, they have their humanoid forms, but it seems that the Noto have two forms. I guess the people in the world of Noto also look like humans, but they have the ability to transform into something that is like a battle mode, I guess you can say. But the Juto are more like monsters, definitely. However, the thing about the Juto is that they can either uh, take the forms of any humans that they target, and probably use those forms as disguise, or they could uh, you know copy, or they could possess rather. So they can either copy or possess humans to to assume their human forms and blend in with humans. But in episode 10, if I remember correctly, yeah, it's in episode 10. So the police officer who chases Tsubasa, aka Inu brother, in the first episode, and actually he becomes the Pataren Hitotsuki about a couple of episodes earlier. So he is the first person that we see who becomes a Juto. So again, we really don't know what happened, because he was on a bus tour, and then when the bus happened to go through a tunnel, so everyone in that bus disappeared. However, one this police officer shows up, and now he's acting very differently. So we have a couple of theories for this, but again, this isn't confirmed yet. So one, so the Juuto actually devoured this policeman and assumed his human form, or he possessed this police officer. However, we don't know what happened to the other passengers of that bus, so it still remains unsolved to this day. So, in episode 10, so we see this police officer at a ramen shop. So, he was reported missing on TV, but he was actually there, so they didn't know that he's supposed to be missing. And he starts eating ramen like an animal. So that's actually one of the traits of the Juuto, is that they act animalistic. From their name, so the Ju in Juuto means beast in Japanese. So, or Ju is beast in English rather. So because they are beast people, Juuto, so the to is person, right, or people, they are kind of humanoid beings that act like beasts, if that makes sense. So we see this police officer who is now a Juuto. He suddenly attacks the owner of the ramen restaurant and starts actually doing something quite unique. So he starts taking what's actually a picture or like a flyer or a poster, a wanted poster of Tsubasa, and folding it into what looks like a cat. Like a cat origami. And this is actually one other defining trait of the Juto, is that they fold origami. Now, from this point on, so there are going to be specific spoilers for episode 11. So again, uh, it, to understand more, go ahead and watch it first, then come back to this video. So okay, Jin Momoy actually explains that the Juto are commonly seen folding, three types of animals. So this may vary. So the first one that I've mentioned, so the police officer, right, who is either possessed or copied by the Juto, whatever happened there, we don't know. So he was folding an origami into, like, if he was folding a cat origami. So the next one is either a crane or so the next ones are either crane or penguin. So these three animals, right? So the Juto can be seen folding origami in either of these three shapes, which is, oddly specific if you ask me. So why would the Juto do this, right? I mean, they could just attack other people, but what is their obsession with, folding origami into either a cat, crane, or penguin? So this one is quite mysterious. I wouldn't say that's lame, but it is, to be honest, like oddly specific, but probably we'll get some answers in future episodes. Now, of course, well, they can assume human forms. They also have like other traits, twitching. At some point, a Juto or a human or a Juto disguised as a human can be seen like twitching, erratically in some situations. So you may see that with the police officer when he turned into a Juto, I guess. Now, there is another character actually who's revealed to be a Juto, and I may have mentioned this character before. Now, this character at the end of episode 11 is seen folding an origami, but This time it's a crane. So there could be like differences, in uh, why they fold these animals, or they fold origami into these specific animals. Maybe it may be related to their attack patterns. Who knows? We're going to have to watch more to find out. But this character that we actually know already, or we've actually met already, so I'm going to actually make video specifically for this character in the future. So stay tuned. So subscribe if you haven't, and click that bell so you get the latest updates from us. But anyways, moving on. So why do the Noto fear the Juuto? Right. So I've mentioned this earlier, and I think I've mentioned this in a previous video. So Jin also mentions or explains that the balance between the human world and the Noto world is very important. Now, if we look at the Noto's motives, right? So, why do they attack people? Well, very specifically, the Hitotsuki. So, uh, it is explained much earlier, actually, that whenever people release, or whenever people give in to their desires, so they release some sort of very strong negative energy that negatively affects the Noto world. So in order to actually protect their world, so the Noto destroy, the Hitotsuki. Now, we could probably get into what happens to the people who are quote unquote destroyed by the Noto in a future video, especially when we see more episodes in the future. So at this point, it's not yet explained. Now, the Juto are a threat because they attack indiscriminately, and that's also going to be bad for the Noto world. Now, obviously, it's bad for normal humans as well because, well, you get attacked, you could probably die, right? But for the Noto, so what they're actually trying to do is to maintain that balance. Interestingly enough, even though they appear to be destroying Hitotsuki, so uh, they don't attack people willy-nilly. So they don't attack people just because. They only attack people who turn into Hitotsuki. Again, I've said it many times already at this point, but yeah. So with Juto attacking, you know, everyone, right? Whether they turn Hitotsuki or not, so they just attack. So if they end up killing all people, let's say, right, so it will also destroy the Noto world. So this is interesting. So this is why you know the Noto probably would have to join forces with the Don brothers at some point, at least in order to remove this threat of the Juto. So what could be the Juto's motives for attacking people, we really don't know exactly, but it seems that they were sealed off. Sonoi actually says this himself when he explains to Sononi and Sonoza. So, uh, again, so in episode 9, because they appeared, so it appears, or, the Juto started to appear. Now, it turns out that the seal that's holding off the Juto wherever it may be, is weakened, and now the Juto have their access to the human world, start attacking humans and causing trouble, not only for the Don brothers but also for the Noto. So again, uh, this is quite an interesting twist for Donbrothers, and honestly, I am really excited to, see more episodes and see how this turns out. So, how are the Noto and the Donbrothers going to deal with the Juuto? So are they really going to have to team up, right? Or I guess this would make the Noto anti-heroes or anti-villains. I'm not really sure about their status, but really, uh, I see this as quite an interesting development to say the least. But to be honest, I am quite excited. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, please do leave a like, comment, share this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.